Greenland, known as Kalaallit Nunaat in Greenlandic and Grönland in Danish, is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. It is the world's largest island, situated between the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans, east of the Canadian Arctic archipelago. Despite its geographical location in North America, Greenland has been politically and culturally associated with Europe for over a millennium, primarily due to its historical ties with Denmark. The history of Greenland's connection to Denmark dates back to the early 17th century, when Danish-Norwegian explorers re-established contact with the island. Following the separation of Denmark and Norway in 1814, Greenland became a Danish crown colony. In 1953, it was fully integrated into the Kingdom of Denmark as part of its constitutional framework. This integration granted Greenland's inhabitants full citizenship rights within Denmark. Greenland's journey towards self-governance began in earnest with the introduction of Home Rule in 1979, which allowed for a significant degree of local autonomy. The 2009 Self-Government Act further expanded this autonomy, enabling Greenland to manage many internal affairs while still relying on Denmark for foreign policy and defense matters. Today, the local government, known as Naalakkersuisut, oversees various sectors, including education, health, and infrastructure. Covering an area of approximately 2.166 million square kilometers, over 80% of Greenland is covered by a permanent ice sheet that can be up to 4 kilometers thick in some areas. This unique geography creates extreme weather conditions characterized by long winters and short summers. Notably, Greenland experiences perpetual daylight for 2 months each year. The melting ice due to climate change has raised concerns about environmental impacts, while simultaneously increasing interest in the island's mineral resources, such as oil, gas, and rare earth elements. Greenland's population history is marked by waves of migration and adaptation to its harsh Arctic environment. The first humans arrived around 2500 BCE, likely from North America, but these early inhabitants eventually disappeared. By the 10th century, Norse settlers, led by Eric the Red, established communities in southern Greenland. At their peak, the Norse population numbered between 2,000 and 10,000, but vanished by the 1500s, possibly due to climate change and resource depletion. The Inuit began migrating to Greenland around the 1200s, with the Thule culture being the most significant group. This culture has shaped the contemporary Inuit identity in Greenland. By the early 18th century, the population was estimated at around 8,000. But it faced declines due to diseases introduced by European colonizers. Since then, Greenland's population has steadily increased, reflecting a rich blend of indigenous and immigrant cultures. Today, approximately 80% of Greenland's residents are Inuit, living primarily along the southwestern coast. As of January 2025, Greenland's population is estimated to be approximately 56,856 people, reflecting a slight increase from the previous year. The population is primarily concentrated along the southwestern coast, where the climate is milder and more conducive to habitation. The majority of residents are of Inuit descent, with cultural influences stemming from various waves of migration that began thousands of years ago. The Thule culture, which emerged around the 1200s AD, represents the most recent significant migration to the island. The population density in Greenland is remarkably low, at approximately 0.026 people per square kilometer, making it one of the least densely populated areas in the world. This sparse population distribution is largely due to the harsh Arctic climate that limits viable living areas primarily to coastal regions. The economy of Greenland is heavily reliant on fishing, which constitutes a significant portion of its revenue. Denmark contributes about 2/3 of Greenland's annual budget, underscoring the territory's dependence on its metropolitan counterpart for financial support. However, there is growing interest from international firms in exploring Greenland's untapped natural resources due to its strategic location and potential economic benefits. Greenland's political status remains complex. While it has substantial self-governing powers, issues such as citizenship, monetary policy, and defense are still managed by Denmark. The relationship between Greenland and Denmark is characterized by a continuous dialogue about autonomy and potential independence. The 2009 Self-Rule Act allows for future discussions on independence if the Greenlandic population chooses that path through a referendum. The culture of Greenland is rich and diverse, deeply rooted in Inuit traditions. The primary languages spoken are Greenlandic and Danish, with English also being widely understood. The Church of Greenland plays a significant role in the spiritual life of many residents. Traditional practices, such as hunting and fishing, remain vital to the cultural identity and sustenance of many communities. Greenland faces significant environmental challenges due to climate change. As global warming continues to alter Greenland's landscape, the implications for its economy and environment are profound. The melting ice cap not only threatens local ecosystems, but also raises concerns about rising sea levels globally. Increased access to natural resources could lead to economic opportunities, but also raises questions about sustainability and environmental protection. Furthermore, geopolitical interests from countries like the United States and China highlight Greenland's strategic importance in Arctic affairs. Greenland stands at a crossroads between maintaining its unique cultural identity and navigating the pressures of globalization and climate change. Its journey towards greater autonomy reflects broader themes of self-determination that resonate within indigenous movements worldwide. As it moves forward, the decisions made by its people will shape not only their future, but also that of the Arctic region as a whole. With a small but resilient population living in one of the most remote parts of the world, Greenland continues to navigate its path amid global changes and opportunities for development.